Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a festive makeup tutorial. I don't usually play with that much color on an everyday. I love using matte browns and bronzes. That's like my comfort zone, but I stepped out today. This is a festive makeup tutorial. Diwali is right around the corner and so is the wedding season, the festival season. So I created something fun for you guys. So if you want to know how to get this look, please keep on watching. But before you do that, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any more future videos like this. And if you have any more video requests for me, if you want me to do any specific type of video, please leave that in the comments down below. It always helps me out. I always want to film what you guys want to see. So leave your comments, leave your video requests down in the comments below and I will make sure to go through them and I'll try to do as many as I can. So if you like this makeup, please give me a thumbs up and let's get into the tutorial. I want to prime my eyes first, so I'm going to start by using the L'Oreal True Match Concealer and I'm just going to put it all over my eyes. This is just to even out any veins and to prime my eyes. I'm using the PAC Flawlessly Me brush just to blend it in. I'm also going to set that with a little bit of powder. I'm going to be using the Meet Matte Nude palette and I'm taking this shade called Matte Sing from this palette, dusting off the excess and just putting it into my crease. This is a MAC 217 brush. See that I'm going a little bit above my crease with this shade because this is my transition color. After that, I'm gonna take matte Rosen on the same brush and I'm gonna put it just a little bit below the crease, basically in the same place where I put the previous color, but I'm trying to stay below the crease, not going above the crease with this shade. I'm taking a clean MAC 224 and just blending the edges. Then I'm going to take a little bit of matte wood and putting it in the same area where I put matte Rosen. Make sure you don't go above the crease at all with this shade because it is so dark. If you go too high above the crease, you will end up looking like someone has punched you in the face. That's the trick with darker colors. You want to stay below the crease. Back to my 224, just blending things. Taking any matte black eyeshadow, you just want to darken this outer corner, the very outer corner. Now for the fun part, I'm using the PAC Pure Pigmented Eyeshadow in the number 37. They're amazing eyeshadows for 250 rupees. I'm picking it up on a PAC 374 brush and I'm just gonna start packing this from the inner corners. You just want to keep it till the inner third because we're going to apply a separate color in this section over here just to blend things. Now I'm taking a Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow. This is in the shade Center Stage. I'm taking that on the same brush and I'm just putting it in the center over here, just so both of these colors can mix together and form a nice ombre that you see over here. So it can go from a blue to a slight purple and then to a more smoky outer corner. You can definitely take the blue outwards if you want, but I just wanted to create a really nice ombre kind of effect. Taking the Morphe M507 and a little bit of Matte Sing, I just want to blend this inner corner. Then I'm taking the PAC 37 shade on a MAC 217 and just blending all this into place. Let's blend this entire thing. After cleaning the fallout and everything, I'm using the Sugar Stroke of Genius Heavy Duty Gold to line my top lash line. Then I'm using the Sugar I Told You So waterproof liquid eyeliner just to trace that wing like I did over here. After this comes the fun part. I'm gonna move on to the blue glitter. For that, I'm using the Faces glitter stack. I'm gonna use this blue glitter over here, and I'm gonna take a mixing plate. This is the top of the YBP sponge container. The top of the container is actually a mixing palette, so I'm gonna take that mixing palette and I'm gonna take a little bit of the Kryolan Cake eyeliner sealer. You can use something like Inglot Girodani if you want. I prefer this one because it really holds the glitter together and makes the glitter into a glitter liner consistency, so it's much easier to apply. It gives next to no fallout and it sticks really well in place. So I'm gonna drop a few drops of this into my mixing palette, then I'm gonna drop the glitter, I'm gonna mix it together and apply it onto my eyes with a brush. Glitter just makes everything fun. Absolutely loving this new Sugar mascara. This is the Sugar Lash Mob Limitless Mascara in the shade Black with a Bang. Oh my god, you guys, I haven't been this impressed with a mascara since a very long time, and the result that I get with this mascara is the same result that I get when I use my falsies and colossal together, and this one mascara gives me the same voluminous long lash effect. So I am definitely a huge fan of this mascara. Of course, I'm still going to use falsies. I'm using the PAC tapered lashes in the style 59. I've already used these once and they are one of my favorite PAC lashes. I love these. They're very beautiful. They're slightly winged on the outer corner. I absolutely love that. So yeah, I'm using them for the second or third time and I absolutely love these lashes. So I am going to apply them and come back. Moving on to the face now, I'm going to make sure everything is well moisturized, and I'm going to use my MAC Strobe Cream just on the outside perimeter of my face because I do want to have kind of like a glowy appearance on the sides of my face. I'm going to keep the center portion of my face matte, but when I tilt my face, I like having a nice glow. And I love to work with a very nicely well moisturized face because makeup just sits better when your skin is moisturized. It doesn't stick to dry patches. Everything just glides nicely and smoothly when your face is well moisturized. So even though I look like an oily mess right now, my makeup is gonna look a lot better when I put it on. My makeup is gonna go on a lot better and it's gonna sit really well on beautifully moisturized skin. For a mattifying primer, I'm using the PAC Studio Finish Primer, and I'm just gonna take one pump of that onto my fingers and focus it on places where I get shiny and slightly larger pores. So you can see it's instantly mattifying. So I'm just gonna put it on my nose and in the center of my forehead. Maybe a little bit on my chin. For foundation, I'm using my Makeup Forever HD foundation. I am in the shade N130. So I'm taking about one pump of that on the back of my hand. And I'm taking the PAC 02 brush. This is a Master Stroke brush from the Master Stroke collection. And I'm just going to start buffing the foundation into my skin. For concealer, I'm using L'Oreal True Match. I'm also going to take a little bit of my MAC Pro Longwear concealer just on the back of my hand, just a teeny tiny amount, and I'm going to pick it up on a PAC Beauty blender from the back of my hand and apply it under my eyes, mixing it with the L'Oreal concealer. This just ensures a little bit more coverage because the MAC Pro Longwear concealer has so much coverage. It gives a very nice flawless appearance. I do this with most of my other concealers as well. I mix a little bit of my MAC Pro Longwear concealer with almost every concealer that I use because this is just my favorite concealer. It makes everything waterproof. It makes everything much more long lasting. I just love this concealer. This is the difference between death and life. I'm going to be setting everything in place with the Kryolan translucent powder. This is in the shade TL2. I'm not going to be baking as such. I'm just setting everything with my sponge. I recently got this scar from something, and I know it's pretty obvious that the scar is still there, but you know what? I can't be bothered. I don't care too much about one or two spots on my face or scars. I feel like we should all embrace them and, you know, not be so worried about small little things in life. So even though I would love a flawless finish, sometimes I will go ahead and apply a concealer that matches my skin tone just to hide this scar. But you know what? It's okay. Everybody has scars. We should be okay with things like this. For my brows, I'm gonna start with the Sigma Gel Liner in the shade Liberally Toasted, and I'm gonna outline and fill in my brows a little bit, and after that is done, I'm gonna use my Sleek Eyebrow Kit in Dark just to fill in any spaces. And I'm using this in place of my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade because mine is a little bit dry, so I need to get a new one, but till I don't have it, this is working just fine. I'm taking a matte white eyeshadow just to clean up under my eyebrow. For my lower lash line, I'm going to go back to the PAC Pure Pigmented Eyeshadow in 37, and I'm picking it up on a Morphe M508 brush, and I'm just putting it in the inner third of my eyes. If you're going to use blue eyeshadows under your eyes, blues or purples, you want to make sure that your dark circles are completely covered. That's why I went ahead with such a heavy coverage concealer, because I wanted to use blue in my lower lash line. So blues and purples tend to enhance your dark circles. So if you're going to use blues and purples on your lower lash line, just make sure your concealer has a lot of coverage. I'm gonna take Matte Sing on a PAC 106 brush and just buff that down. Gonna intensify the blue again. And then I'm gonna take Matte Wood on the same brush and just put that in the outer portion. Blend it with the same pencil brush into the wing. I'm gonna take the Plum Kajal. I don't like using the same sugar heavy duty kohl that I put on the top lash line in my lower lash line, because it smudges on my lower lash line, but on the top lash line it's absolutely perfect. It's very creamy. It applies really easily on the top lash line, but on the lower lash line it smudges quite a bit. So for the lower lash line, I like using something like this. This is the Plum Kajal. Put mascara on your lower lashes, and no matter how much I try, I always go out of frame. So I'm gonna apply mascara to my lower lashes. For my inner corners, I'm using the PAC Pure Pigmented Eyeshadow number 4, and I'm just putting that in my inner corner. So let's move on to bronzer now. I'm gonna use the Bahama Mama bronzer from TheBalm on a MAC 116 brush. Dust off the excess, and I'm gonna carve out my cheeks. For my lipstick, I'm using the Lakme 9 to 5 lip liner in the shade Brick Rose. And I have filled in my entire lips with this. Then I'm taking the Chambord Extreme Matte Longwear lip color in the shade Saddle Brown. I'm taking an Inglot lipstick in the shade 413. This is the lipstick that I use to make any lipstick more nude and more subtle. It's just such a nice pale peachy nude shade that it just nudes out any lipstick that I want. So I'm just gonna use it over top. You see how I just toned the lip color down? Just a little bit, but it makes the world of a difference. For my blush, I'm using the Origlame Girodani Gold Pearls. I don't want to tilt them too much because I might drop them. But this is what they look like. They are a mix of bronzy, peachy pearls. So I'm just swirling my brush around in them and dusting off the excess and just applying them on my cheeks. For my highlight, I'm using the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Beige. This is what it looks like. I'm just swirling my brush in the top two sections, top two rows over here, and dusting off the excess and applying that onto my cheeks. Just gonna fix everything with some setting spray. So this is it for this tutorial, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends if you enjoyed, and if you recreate this, don't forget to tag me in your pictures on social media. If you want to keep up with my fashion and style, please don't forget to follow me on my social media. I'm going to leave all the links on the screen over here, and they're also going to be mentioned in the description box below. So make sure you check all of that out. I'm going to see you very soon in my next video. Bye bye.